What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hip Hop Culture Blog. This is your boy Eat Money, and I'm coming to you live from Saturday, May 17th. And this is the second vlog of the day because we have two very great fights going on tonight. Earlier, I covered the Quentin Rampage Jackson versus, excuse me, Muhammad King Mo Alao. And the second, it's going to be an undercard. It's a light heavyweight matchup. Going to be a veteran, a UFC Hall of Famer, and personally one of my favorite MMA fighters, Huntington Beach, his own bad boy, Tito Ortiz. And he is going to be accepting the challenge from Alexander Shlemenko, who is currently the Bellator's 185 middleweight champion. Now, Shlemenko called out Tito for this fight. And like I said, he is currently the 185-pound middleweight champion in the Bellator division. So he is going to be coming up in weight to light heavyweight. And I believe that that's going to be possibly about 205 pounds. That's going to be about his normal walk-around weight, or 200 pounds around there. So he's going to be fighting at his walk-around weight. And that's going to be a main factor in the fight because Tito, he walks around about 225 pounds. And so just assuming from that, he would have the power advantage. Now, Shlemenko, I really don't, I haven't really followed him, but I have done a little bit of research, and I have heard his name in the past, and I've seen a few of his highlights, and I checked up on him, and I also seen him throughout some of the events. But I believe that Tito Ortiz could pull off the upset. And let me go ahead and read you guys these guys' profile. Tito's record is 16-11 with 0 draws, and Alexander Shlemenko's 50-7, 0 draws. And I believe that's what a lot of the odd makers are possibly basing what the outcome is going to be, just based on the record. You can't always do that because Tito Ortiz, he is a veteran in the sport, even though he doesn't have as many professional fights as the Shlemenko. Shlemenko is, I don't even know where he got all those fights from. He is Russian, and the way he said the matchup was going to be in the weigh-ins was an old school American wrestling style versus a Russian style, or something like that. So, and Tito came back later in an interview saying that it's gonna be an American ragdoll style is what he's gonna do. And Tito, honestly, he looks in really good shape. Honestly, the best shape that I've seen him in a long time, probably ever. And based off of some of his interviews and some of his videos for this last camp, looks like he's got his mind right set, and he's really grown as a person. And I think he's going to be able to pull off the upset. He's done it before in the past with Ryan Bader. And so just being that I'm rooting for Tito, I want him to win. This puts me in a tough position when it comes to betting. So in these cases where I'm rooting for the fighter, but the odds are stacked against him, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put the money on him because I believe in Tito Ortiz, and I believe that he could win this fight and he could pull up the upset. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do in my fights. And that's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's it. Tito's gonna win, and that's it. I'll leave it at that. And I'm gonna tell you how you can win. Of course, he has to mix up his striking with his takedowns. Now Shlemenko's gonna know that. So what I believe that Tito's gonna do is he's gonna outbox Shlemenko. And he said it that Shlemenko throws these wild punches, these 1-2 punches. He doesn't really throw combinations, and I believe Tito's gonna go in there. He's gonna outbox him and throw combinations. And then when he feels he's got him hurt, he's gonna take him for the takedown. If he can't get the takedown, come up and do some dirty boxing. That's what I would suggest Tito do. Go in there, outbox him, mix in some dirty boxing with, clinch, takedown. Just make it a nasty, dirty brawl. And if he gets him on his back, he unload elbows. Elbows, 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 elbows. Go for blood. Like Tito says himself. He just goes for blood. And make sure that he could go those full rounds. If not, stop him. And that's what I would suggest to do. Now, Shlemenko, I think he thinks he's some type of Fedor or something, and he does have some type of resemblance. But I think he shouldn't have called Tito out. I think he should have just remained at middleweight, stay the champion. But you know what? People want to challenge themselves, and you know what? Tito is a veteran, a UFC Hall of Famer, and I hope he comes out the victor. I know he has the skills to do it. He has the experience, and he looks very determined to do so. He looks in tip-top shape, and I think tonight he's going to be the better fighter. And to add on to this event, I just wanted to include it in this last blog. Because I know later on it's going to be another subject. Is on this main card of Bellator 120, Michael Chandler will be facing Will Brooks for the lightweight interim belt, and this was due because Eddie Alvarez has pulled out of his fight due to a concussion. And that's very disappointing because Michael Chandler and Eddie Alvarez have had two great battles in the past, and this was supposed to be the rubber match. I personally am a big fan of Eddie Alvarez because he's been around for a while. Before the sport was really popular as it is now. It wasn't that popular a few years ago, and I think it still has a lot more room to grow. And I think that it's barely just starting to scratch the surface of the platform that it could potentially reach, and that's worldwide. It's getting more and more mainstream every day, and that's why I want to be able to give you guys my opinions and the fights that I follow up on and how I think about them and how I place my bets. Fair enough. So back to this Michael Chandler versus Will Brooks. I never heard of Will Brooks before this. No disrespect to him, but I'm gonna tell you guys these guys' records. They have an even record, 13-1, 13-1, and I did as much research as I could on Will Brooks, and he looks like a very strong wrestler. Is he a finisher? I don't know. Will he be able to finish Michael Chandler? I'm not sure. I wouldn't bet on this fight, but I know that Michael Chandler is going to be a favorite. Am I a big fan of him? You know what? I give him his props. I'll tell you that. I'll give him his props. He looks like a very strong, well-rounded fighter, and he's put on some wars, and he's taken out a lot of fighters. So he's a strong fighter. He deserves to be where he's at. But I'm a fan of Eddie Alvarez, and I'm going to be rooting for Eddie Alvarez in that fight. But may the best man win that fight. whenever they do meet up. Um, Eddie Alvarez, I don't know what kind of condition he's in, and uh, we'll just have to wait and see when that fight occurs. Um, but for now, may the best may the best luck to Tito Ortiz because I'm rooting for him, and I'm always support that dude. That guy's been through a lot throughout his career, and I feel like he still has a few great years to finish his legacy. And from what he was saying is he wants to do something. He wants to, or he looks up to Randy Couture and how he made his legacy in the MMA world. So, Tito Ortiz, let's do it, man. I'm rooting for you. I got your back, and I believe you can do it. And just let destiny be. And when you know that you've done everything to prepare yourself to be in the best shape, the best condition, mentally, spiritually, and physically, you just gotta go up and let destiny be. I, I know Tito can do it, and you will. So I'll see you guys on the next blog. I'm gonna be bringing you more heat. This is your boy E Money with the Hip Hop Culture Blog, and we cover all the sports, music, fashion, anything that has to do with the hip hop culture. We're gonna be talking about it, and we're gonna be bringing it to you